You're a goblin.
Yeah.
I was lost because last time someone went down and all the way around.
What's it in your language?
Allowing to translate it.
What does it look like? Watch me lose like.
This is Budapest. After Poland, we have been sent to Hungary to basically as a show of force to deter them, to persuade them, invade them to not join the to leave the Axis and to make peace with the Allies.
Erste Kompanie, Achtung, stillgestanden. Guten Tag, Erste Kompanie.
Guten Tag.
I'd like to thank all of you for attending today. We've come to the end of our longest campaign. And it's time for us to recognize achievements throughout the last half of Bagration. There are quite a few promotions and awards to go through, so we will get started. Panzergrenadier Winter, vortreten.
Panzergrenadier Winter, meldet an, Herr Hauptmann.
Im Namen des höchsten obersten Befehlshabers der Wehrmacht, ich befördere Sie zum Panzerobergrenadier. Well done, Winter. Weitermachen.
Danke, Herr Hauptmann.
Panzergrenadier Wehner, vortreten.
Panzergrenadier Wehner meldet an, Herr Hauptmann.
Panzergrenadier Wehner has been in the company for 7 months and has been a Panzergrenadier for 6. He has shown initiative and leadership during operations, often leading a flank or directing the MG troop. In 2 instances, when both the Gruppenführer and Stab were incapacitated, he led the group through difficult Hauserkampf in Massendorf and the Lopata Kolonie. Furthermore, Panzergrenadier Wehner is constantly improving our impression by creating the training documentation, posting the German word of the day on Discord, and modding new grenades into Arma. Panzergrenadier Wehner has often led training, helping direct the group's development, and in doing so, gaining valuable experience as a Gruppenführer. It is for this week in, week out contribution to the impression of the unit, as well as exceeding expectations for Panzergrenadier, that I recommend Panzergrenadier Wehner be promoted to Panzerobergrenadier. It was written by Unteroffizier Beck. Im Namen des höchsten obersten Befehlshabers der Wehrmacht, ich befördere Sie zum Panzerobergrenadier. Well done, Wehner. Weitermachen.
Vielen Dank, Herr Hauptmann.
Panzergrenadier Schroth, vortreten.
Panzergrenadier Schroth meldet an, Herr Hauptmann.
During Obergefreiter Hull's absence, Erste Gruppe found itself without a Stelv or immediate replacement. With no prior leadership experience within the 23rd Panzer Division, Panzergrenadier Schroth stepped up to the challenge, doing so with utmost professionalism and dedication. During the Bagration campaign, he demonstrated his capability as a junior leader, leading by example with a level-headed calmness. His practical and theoretical knowledge has grown exponentially since he has stepped into the role, showing ability beyond that is expected of a Panzergrenadier. For these reasons, I hereby recommend Schroth for an early promotion to Panzerobergrenadier. Im Namen des Fürsten und Obersten Befehlshabers der Wehrmacht, ich befördere Sie zum Panzerobergrenadier. Well done, Schroth. Weitermachen.
Danke, Herr Hartmann.
Panzerobergrenadier Kesselhut. Vortreten.
Panzergrenadier Kesselhut. Meldet an, Herr Hauptmann.
One of the longest-standing and most active members of Gruppe Schmidt, Panzerobergrenadier Kesselhut, has served with distinction. During his time, he has served the unit in multiple different billets, including MG Hilfsschütze, Kraftwagenfahrer, and Kriegsverdienstmedaille, among many others. He has taken his own responsibilities seriously and is dedicated to improving knowledge and his impression. He regularly volunteers to teach, passing down his knowledge where possible. It is for these reasons I hereby recommend Panzerobergrenadier Kesselhut be promoted to Gefreiter. Im Namen des Fürsten und Obersten Befehlshabers der Wehrmacht, ich befördere Sie zum Gefreiter. Well done, Kesselhut. Weitermachen.
Danke, Herr Hauptmann.
Panzergrenadier Schäfer. Vortreten.
Panzergrenadier Schäfer, meldet an, Herr Hauptmann.
Serving as an Ausbilder for the unit as a whole, and as a highly skilled and dedicated MG Schütze for Gruppe Köhler, as well as being an overall boon for unit morale and Kameradschaft, Panzergrenadier Schäfer has done as much, if not more, during his short 9-month tenure in the 23rd Panzer Division than I have in my entire time serving. In addition to the aforementioned accomplishments, Panzergrenadier Schäfer has assisted the Ausbildungsstab with a near total restructuring of the recruit Ausbildung process, offering his insights as well as his labors throughout the transition period. As the newest class that comes into the unit, they will do some of the most well-trained recruiting in the unit. It should go without saying that I, Obergefreiter Köhler, with support from Unteroffizier Beck, fully recommend that Schäfer be awarded the Kriegsverdienstmedaille, as well as an early promotion to Panzerobergrenadier. I couldn't agree more, Schäfer. You've really put in a lot of work to the recruit job, and it shows with the new recruiting coming into the unit. So, im Namen des Fürsten und Obersten Befehlshabers der Wehrmacht, ich befördere Sie zum Panzerobergrenadier. Also awarded the Kriegsverdienstmedaille, Schäfer. Well done, weitermachen.
Danke, Herr Hauptmann.
Panzergrenadier Wilke und Panzergrenadier Wagner. Vortreten.
Panzergrenadier Wilke, meldet an, Herr Hauptmann.
Panzergrenadier Wagner, meldet an, Herr Hauptmann.
So, Wagner, your citation reads time in service plus great attitude, smiley face. So, you can thank your group inferior for that. Im Namen des Fürsten und Obersten Befehlshabers der Wehrmacht, ich befördere Sie zum Panzerobergrenadier. Well done, boys. Weitermachen.
Danke, Herr Hauptmann.
Danke, Herr Hauptmann.
Panzergrenadier Lehmann, vortreten.
Panzergrenadier Lehmann, meldet an, Herr Hauptmann.
Over the course of the campaign since transferring into my Gruppe from Gruppe Köhler, Lehmann has cemented himself as a reliable, confident, and stalwart leader within the Gruppe. Throughout several instances, both myself and Lubeck being dead, unconscious, or otherwise absent, Lehmann will immediately step in and fill the gap with efficiency and confidence. Furthermore, his consistent attendance has further solidified him as a part of the core membership of the Gruppe, as well as one of the go-tos in the case of the death of either myself or the Stelv. In addition to this, Lehmann has displayed a passion for learning, understanding, and developing his own German command proficiency, as well as the rest of the Gruppas. To this end, the Gruppa's overall German usage has increased, as well as the general understanding. Always willing to step in and lend his help wherever needed or necessary, Lehmann goes above and beyond what is expected of a Panzergrenadier, and displays the dogged tenacity, thirst, and as well as passion for learning and understanding what should be expected of a Panzerobergrenadier. It is for these reasons that I recommend Panzergrenadier Lehmann be promoted to Panzerobergrenadier. Im Namen des Führers und Obersten Befehlshabers der Wehrmacht, ich befördere Sie zum Panzerobergrenadier. Well done, Lehmann. Weitermachen.
Danke, Herr Hauptmann.
Panzergrenadier Engel, vortreten.
Panzergrenadier Engel, meldet an, Hauptmann.
During Panzergrenadier Engel's time as Granatwerfer-Schütze, he has performed his duties exemplary. In just 6 months, Panzergrenadier Engel has helped bring the Granatwerfer engagement time from 4 minutes down to 2 minutes. He has also led the Gruppe effectively and on multiple occasions. In addition to his in-game commitment, Panzergrenadier Engel has spent much time outside of events to aid the furthering of our portrayal and of the Granatwerfer Gruppe. In recognition of these actions, I recommend that Panzergrenadier Engel be given the rank of Panzerobergrenadier. Im Namen des Führers und Obersten Befehlshabers der Wehrmacht, ich befördere Sie zum Panzerobergrenadier. Well done, Engel. Weitermachen.
Danke, Hauptmann.
Obergefreiter Köhler und Obergefreiter Weber, vortreten.
Obergefreiter Köhler, meldet an, Herr Hauptmann.
Obergefreiter Weber, meldet an, Hauptmann.
The Hauptquartier of the unit has seen fit to admit both of you to the Unteroffizier-Schule, so we have all appointed you the rank of Unteroffizier-Anwärter. Well done. Keep continuing your knowledge and progression, and hope to see you guys as Unteroffizier one day. So, weitermachen.
Dankeschön, Herr Hauptmann.
Danke, Herr Hauptmann.
You can change your TeamSpeak description now, Weber. Panzerschütze Klauensohn und Panzerschütze Hense, vortreten.
Panzerschütze Hense, meldet an, Herr Hauptmann.
Im Namen des Führers und Obersten Befehlshabers der Wehrmacht, ich befördere Sie zum Panzeroberschütze. Well done, Hense. Weitermachen.
Danke, Herr Hauptmann.
Unteroffizier Schmidt, vortreten.
Unteroffizier Schmidt meldet an, Herr Hauptmann.
Since the creation of Zweiter Zug, Unteroffizier Schmidt has excelled in his position as the senior Gruppenführer and second command of the Zug. In my absence, both for combat and training, Unteroffizier Schmidt has stepped up and managed, trained, and led the Zug without any incident. If not for manpower, Unteroffizier Schmidt would be capable of leading his own Zug by himself. This, along with the work he puts in the Technische Stab, demonstrates his commitment and capability as a veteran member of the unit. In recognition for the aforestated reasons and to reflect his position, I recommend Unteroffizier Schmidt be promoted to the rank of Unterfeldwebel. That is read by Feldwebel Woman. And I couldn't agree more, Schmidt. So, im Namen des Führers und Obersten Befehlshabers der Wehrmacht, ich befördere Sie zum Unterfeldwebel. Well done, Schmidt. Weitermachen.
Danke, Hauptmann.
Panzergrenadier! Alright, so I believe that is it for promotions. Okay, for these next 3 awards, you do not need to come up. So the 23rd Panzer Division hat pin, the Hutnadel. Lieutenant Berg, Obergefreiter Weiss, Obergefreiter Huff, Obergefreiter Grieser, Panzerobergrenadier Kruger, Panzergrenadier Mussel, Panzerobergrenadier Winter, Unteroffizier Reiter, Obergefreiter Meyer, Obergefreiter Fennet, Gefreiter Paulus, Panzerobergrenadier Engelbert, Panzergrenadier Adler, Panzergrenadier Vosberg, Panzergrenadier Fischer, Unteroffizier Beck, Panzerobergrenadier Bauer, Panzerobergrenadier Wehner, Panzergrenadier Freiherr, Unterfeldwebel Schmidt, Gefreiter Kesselhut, Panzerobergrenadier Lang, Panzergrenadier Flammen, Panzergrenadier Schroth, Obergefreiter Köhler, Panzerobergrenadier Langfelder, Panzerobergrenadier Schäfer, Panzerobergrenadier Wilke, Panzerobergrenadier Wagner, Unteroffizier Junkermann, Panzerobergrenadier Lübeck, Panzergrenadier Leo, Panzergrenadier Grunwald, Panzergrenadier Kirkstein, Panzergrenadier Walter, Panzergrenadier Lehmann, Leutnant Strauss, Wachmeister Wolf, Obergefreiter Vollmer, Obergefreiter Schmeidel, Obergefreiter Wilnecker, Obergefreiter Lehr, Feldwebel Woman, Panzerobergrenadier Kastel, Unteroffizier Kredelheim, Unteroffizier Netto, Obergefreiter Weber, Obergefreiter Hoffmann, Panzeroberschütze Hense, and Panzerschütze Klauensohn. Awarded the Verwundetenabzeichen in Schwarz, Panzerobergrenadier Winter, Panzergrenadier Müssel, Panzergrenadier Leitz, Panzergrenadier Lindner, Panzerobergrenadier Wehner, Panzergrenadier Volker, Panzergrenadier Haller, Panzergrenadier Rieger, Panzergrenadier Flammen, Panzergrenadier Kobusch, Panzergrenadier Schulz, Panzergrenadier Wilke, Panzergrenadier Keller, Panzergrenadier Grunwald, Panzergrenadier Walter, Panzergrenadier Kirkstein, Panzergrenadier Lehmann, Panzergrenadier Anschutz und Panzergrenadier Schwarz. Awarded the Infanterie Strumabzeichen in Bronze, Panzergrenadier Flammen, Panzergrenadier Grunwald und Panzergrenadier Walter. Unteroffizier Reiter, Obergefreiter Weber und Obergefreiter Schmeidel. Wortreten.
Obergefreiter Schmeidel, meldet an, Herr Hauptmann.
Unteroffizier Reiter, meldet an, Hauptmann.
Obergefreiter Weber, meldet an, Hauptmann.
Im Namen des Führers und obersten Befehlshabers der Wehrmacht verleihe ich das Dienstauszeichnung 4 Jahre. So, I can't believe we're handing out yet another string of 4-year awards. It's really cool to see. Well done, boys. Weitermachen.
Danke, Herr Hauptmann.
Danke, Hauptmann.
Danke, Hauptmann.
Awarded the Panzerkampfabzeichen in Bronze with 25 days. Leutnant Strauss, Wachmeister Wolf, Obergefreiter Vollmer, Obergefreiter Schmeidel, Obergefreiter Wilnecker und Obergefreiter Lehr. Obergefreiter Huff, Wortreten.
Obergefreiter Huff, meldet an, Herr Hauptmann.
Damn, Huff, when we started all this together way back in the day, you were old, and you're still old. This award exemplifies it. Im Namen des Führers und obersten Befehlshabers der Wehrmacht verleihe ich das Dienstauszeichnung 12 Jahre. Well done, Huff. Weitermachen.
Danke, Herr Hauptmann.
Panzergrenadier Winter, Panzergrenadier Leo, Panzergrenadier Bauer, and Panzerobergrenadier Engel. Wortreten.
Panzergrenadier Engel, meldet an, Hauptmann.
Panzergrenadier Leo, meldet an, Hauptmann.
Panzerobergrenadier Bauer, meldet an, Hauptmann. Panzergrenadier Winter, meldet an, Hauptmann.
So the 4 of you collectively put in a lot of your spare time contributing to the unit in all of these stabs. I hope everyone will read through each of your individual citations. Thank you for all the work that you do for the unit. Im Namen des Führers und obersten Befehlshabers der Wehrmacht verleihe ich das Kriegsverdienstmedaille. Well done. Weitermachen.
Danke, Hauptmann.
Danke, Herr Hauptmann. Danke, Herr Hauptmann.
right, I do believe that concludes our service awards.
Panzergrenadieren!
Panzergrenadier Mussel, vortreten.
Panzergrenadier Mussel, meldet aan, Herr Hauptmann.
For his short tenure within Zug Troop, Mussel has become a dependable and adaptable asset. Recently transferring fully to Zug Troop from Drittgruppe, he has filled the role of melder exponentially and has adapted to the change of pace. During one of his first missions with us in Zug Troop, Mussel was attached directly to myself to learn the ropes on how to run messages. It was in this action he proved himself. Over the course of the night, we were periodically ambushed, assaulted, and wounded from several sides on our way to different parts of the front line. Fighting through the wounds received and passing out along the way, Mussel continued to run messages from the Zug to the Gruppen. Further testament to his bravery in the face of overwhelming odds was his willingness to remain in place whilst I was limping away, providing me with much needed time to safely make it out of the ambush. Mussel then followed me, being wounded several times in the process, and then proceeded to mount an abandoned M3 half-track, providing further cover with the 50 caliber aboard, all whilst receiving accurate small arms fire. Lacking any self-preservation, Mussel continued to fire on the advancing enemy until he passed out from his wounds and was promptly pulled back to the verwundete nest. As a result of his unrelenting and devastating fire on the approaching Russian forces, the line was able to stabilize with the reinforcements of Vierte Gruppe on an otherwise weakened and completely overwhelmed flank. It is for these actions and complete disregard for personal safety that I recommend Panzergrenadier Mussel be awarded the Eisernes-Kreuz Zweite Klasse. And that was an old citation from December that we missed, Mussel. So. Im Namen des Führers und Obersten Befehlshabers der Wehrmacht verleihe ich das Eisernes-Kreuz Zweite Klasse.
Dankeschön, Herr Hauptmann.
Well done, Mussel. Weitermachen.
Panzergrenadieren!
Panzerobergrenadier Langfelder, vortreten.
Panzergrenadier Langfelder, meldet aan, Herr Hauptmann.
On the 23rd of August, 1944, or March 27th, 2022, Zweite Zug was tasked with advancing and probing the town of Mulzen, as well as attempting to secure a bridgehead if able to do so. Over the course of the day and throughout the movement of the Zug was hit hard by enemy aircraft and strafing runs, and lost numerous Soldaten to wounds and fatalities. Zweite Gruppe Köhler felt the effects in earnest, losing several Soldaten in combined artillery and aircraft firepower. In the dying moments of one such artillery barrage, the Zug was flanked by an enemy T-34-85 to the sud-west of our positions in Mulzen Sud. The enemy Panzer proceeded to track the lone Panther and began shooting into the buildings the Zug occupied, causing several of them to crumble and cause casualties due to the intensity of fire. As the friendly Panther commanded by Unteroffizier Netto continued to brawl with the Soviets, it became clear it was able to see the well-positioned and camouflaged tank. With casualties rising, and an uncertainty of how many more rounds of our supporting Panther could take before being destroyed, it was at this moment that Panzergrenadier Wilke and Panzergrenadier Langfelder and myself decided to separately make a daring several hundred-meter sprint through an open field in an attempt to destroy and flank the enemy tank. Once flanked, we grouped up and the enemy tank was dispatched by Panzerobergrenadier Langfelder and its crew were killed in the following explosion, small arms fire and grenades. With enemy planes flying overhead, yet another exposed sprint was made to reconvene with the rest of our Zug and the now safe but badly damaged and battered Panther. Displaying quick thinking and individual initiative as well as bravery above what is expected, Panzerobergrenadier Langfelder began the flanking maneuver without being commanded to, dispatching an enemy tank that would have otherwise destroyed a Panther and annihilated two full Gruppen to completely fold Zweite Zug's bridgehead defenses. For these various actions, supported in part by Stabsgefreiter Bruckmann, I hereby recommend Panzerobergrenadier Langfelder be awarded the Eisernes-Kreuz Zweite Klasse. Im Namen des Führers und Obersten Befehlshabers der Wehrmacht verleihe ich das Eisernes-Kreuz Zweite Klasse. Well done, Langfelder. Weitermachen.
Danke, Herr Hauptmann.
Panzergrenadiere!
Alright, that concludes the promotions and awards ceremony. I might have missed a couple, so please send me a message. We can sort it out after this. We are going to be, I just want to say well done to everyone. Extremely well deserved. Every time we do these parades and recognize all of your accomplishments, it fills me with a lot of pride that, you know, I get to show up every weekend and, you know, make this unit work with a bunch of really awesome people. So.
I like how
It's the band! It's been going for 21, baby!
Alright, presentation. Well, thank you for that last citation. It was worse than Schmidt's unedited.
I was AFK and I just come back to this.
No.
Oh my god.
You made it out of Stalingrad!
The war's over, boys. Wayne, we surrender to the Americans.
Yeah.
That's great. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm watching this as the last one to stay alive, so if I desert, I die, you know, the other way from the